Good morning all. Today let we see what is normal distribution and related terms of normal distribution. So definition of normal distribution, let we see. Let x is a continuous random variable. It is said to have normal distribution with two parameters mu and sigma square if its PDF is f of x is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma e raised to power minus half x minus mu upon sigma bracket square for the range of x is in between minus infinity to infinity, then range of mu is in between minus infinity to infinity, sigma greater than 0 is equal to 0 otherwise. We can denote this distribution as x follows normal with parameters mu comma sigma square. So let me define it again. Let x is a continuous random variable. It is said to follow normal distribution with two parameters mu and sigma square if its PDF is fx is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma e raised to power minus half x minus mu upon sigma bracket square. For the range of x minus infinity to infinity, the range of mu minus infinity to infinity, sigma greater than 0 is equal to 0 otherwise. We denote this distribution as x follows normal with parameter mu comma sigma square. There is another form of normal distribution as standard normal distribution. Standard normal distribution. So let me define this form also. Let x follows normal with parameter mu comma sigma square, then the random variable z which is equal to x minus mu upon sigma. This random variable is called as standard normal variate. Standard normal variate, and the PDF or probability density function of this z denoted as phi z is as follows. So phi of z is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi e raised to minus half z square for the range of z minus infinity to infinity is equal to 0 otherwise. Fine. We denote this distribution as x follows normal with parameter 0, 1. So let me define it again. Let x is a x follows normal with mu comma sigma square, then the random variable z which is equal to x minus mu upon sigma is called as standard normal variate, and density function or probability density function denoted as phi z is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi e raised to minus half z square for the range of z as minus infinity to infinity is equal to 0 otherwise. We denote this distribution as x follows normal 0, 1. Okay. Now let we find mean and variance of normal distribution. Mean and variance of normal distribution. So first of all, we can see what is mean of normal distribution. So mean is denoted by which notation? It is expectation of x. You know this, isn't it? So expectation of x. What is the definition of expectation of x? You know, no? So the definition of expectation of x is integration over the range of x f of x dx. Fine. Over here, we can replace the value of fx as well as the range of x. So range of x for normal distribution is minus infinity to infinity x. And what is fx for normal distribution? Our fx is, just now we will see the definition, isn't it? So the fx is 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma e raised to power minus half x minus mu upon sigma bracket square dx. Okay. Over here we can replace only the range and the value of fx. No any changes or no any mathematical changes are there. Okay. Over here if you observe the term 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma, it is free from x. Hence it is come out from the integration sign, and we can write this as 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma. We have minus infinity to infinity x as it is, then e raised to power is also as it is. Now, for simplification purpose, we can put x minus mu upon sigma is equal to z. Okay. So, therefore, what we get? So, what is x? The value of x is mu plus sigma z. Fine. What is dx? Dx is equal to sigma dz. What is range? Over here, the range of x is minus infinity to infinity. Then the range of z is, if you put minus infinity over here, what is the value of z? It is minus infinity only, isn't it? And if I put infinity over here in this equation, then what is the value of z? It is again infinity only. Okay. So let me put all these values in above integration. What we get? Expectation of x is the constant term as it is. So 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma. Then since the range is also as it is, we can have minus infinity to infinity. Now see, over here we can put the value of x, and the value of x is this. Fine. So we can have the value as mu plus sigma z. Fine. Into what we have? E raised to power minus half. Then the bracketed term is nothing but z. Okay. So z square. So we get over here as z square. And what is dx? Over here the dx is present. So what is the value of dx? Dx is sigma dz. So let me put the value as sigma dz. Now if you observe the integral, sigma get cancel, and we can split these integral into two integrals as c. 1 divided by root 2 pi. Then the first integral becomes minus infinity to infinity. What we have? Mu e raised to power minus half z square dz. Since over here in between plus sign is there, we have plus again 1 divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity. Then what we have? Sigma z. Now since the integration for mu is this, no? So we have sigma z into all these terms. So sigma z e raised to power minus half z square dz. Okay. Since sigma are cancelled already. Okay. Now if over here we can take the constant terms outside the integral. So we can have mu divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus half z square dz. Since mu is free from z, we can take this is outside the integration sign. Again in the second integral, what we have? Sigma, which is free from z. Hence it is again come out from the integration sign, and we have minus infinity to infinity z e raised to minus half z square dz. Okay. Now, if you observe my first integral, what is my first integral? So, this is my first integral. Fine. So, if you observe the value of phi z, that is PDF of standard normal distribution. What it is? It is 1 divided by root 2 pi e raised to minus half z square. Isn't it? And what is the range of z over here? It is minus infinity to infinity. So if you observe this integral is nothing but the integration of this phi z over whole range, isn't it? Minus infinity to infinity. So by using our definition of PDF, we can write this integral, the value of this integral becomes 1. Fine. As well as if you observe the second integral, okay, second integral is this. So for second integral, we can have the values as, so we need to check whether this integral is even or odd. So to check this, we need to find the value of f of z. So if f of minus z, if f of minus z, if we put f of minus z, then we get f of z. Okay. So both these values are if equal, then we say that the integral is even function. Okay. Then we say that the integral is even function, and we can solve this integral as 2 times 0 to infinity f of z dz in this manner. Okay. And if we have f of z is equal to minus f of minus z, okay, then the function is odd function and the value of integral is 0. The value of integral is 0. Okay, so let me check the value. So if I put z as minus z, so over here if I put minus z, then the integral comes as minus. Fine. So that means it is odd function of z. And since it is odd function of z, the second integral, the value of second integral is 0 over here. Fine. Okay. So the second integral is 0. And the value for first integral, just now we see this, that is value for first integral is 1. Fine. Okay. So let me write over here as, so this is equal to mu into 1 plus sigma into 0. So the answer of expectation of x for normal distribution is mu. Fine. So mean of normal distribution is mu. Now let we see the variance. So you know the formula for variance, no? What is formula? Variance of x is equal to, it is expectation of x square minus expectation of x bracket square. Over here we know the value of expectation of x. It is mu. So we need to find this expectation of x square. So let me write the formula. What is formula? You know the formula, no? So it is integration over the range of x square f of x dx. How I write this formula? See, to write any formula regarding expectation, we can write this term as it is. So since it is continuous random variable, we have integration. So x square. So we can find the integration of x square, and hence the range is, the random variable is x. Hence we write over here x, and the PDF of this random variable is fx. So we can have this formula. Okay. Now I can put the values as, over here we can have the value as, we can have the range as minus infinity to infinity, then x square as it is, and fx is 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma e raised to power minus half. Then we have x minus mu upon sigma bracket square dx. Over here we can only replace the value of range and the value of fx. So the value of expectation of x square is, so constant term outside the integration sign, and hence 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma, which is constant. It is outside the integral sign. Then we have minus infinity to infinity. Then what we have, it is x square e raised to power minus half x minus mu upon sigma bracket square dx. Now we can put x minus mu upon sigma is equal to z. So what is x over here? X is equal to mu plus sigma z. So dx is sigma dz, and the range of x is minus infinity to infinity. Then what is the range of z? The range of z is again minus infinity to infinity. Fine. Okay. Now we can replace the values as, So we can replace the values as expectation of x square now. This is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma as it is. Fine. So if you observe the value, see. So over here, we can have the integral as it is because the range doesn't changes. So minus infinity to infinity. So instead of x square, now we put the value of x as this. So we have mu plus sigma z bracket square. Fine. Then e raised to power minus half. So if you observe this bracket is nothing but the value z. So what we have? Z square. And instead of dz, if you observe the value of dx, so dx can be replaced as sigma dz. Fine. Okay. Now, if you observe the integral, this sigma get cancelled. And in next step, we can square this bracket. So what we get now? So it is 1 divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity. Then what we have? Mu square plus 2 mu sigma z plus sigma square z square e raised to minus half z square dz. Okay. Now, so in the next integral, now we can split this integral as per this bracket. So what we have? We have 1 divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity. Now the first term is this, isn't it? Mu square. So mu square e raised to minus half z square dz plus what we have? 1 divided by root 2 pi as it is. Fine. Then integration minus infinity to infinity. Now my second term is this. So what we have? 2 mu sigma z e raised to minus half z square dz plus the third integral becomes 1 divided by root 2 pi integration sign, and my third value is this sigma square z square. So I have sigma square z square e raised to minus half z square into dz. Okay. Over here there is plus sign in between because over here we have plus sign. Fine. So we have plus sign in between. Okay. Now we can simply multiply the terms as, see, 1 divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity. Now the first term is over here, if you observe, it is mu square. And since this bracket is multiplied by this term, hence we can multiply this term to every integral. Okay, so what we get, it is mu square e raised to minus half z square dz plus again 1 divided by root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity. The second value is 2 mu sigma z. So 2 mu sigma z, then e raised to minus half z square dz in this manner. Okay. Now, in the next step, we can take the common, the terms which are free from z outside the integral. Okay. So these are the terms which are free from z. So they are come out outside the integral. So mu square, then we have root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus half z square dz plus what we have 2 mu sigma upon root 2 pi, then minus infinity to infinity z, we have e raised to minus half z square dz plus what we have sigma square upon root 2 pi, we have minus infinity to infinity, then we have z square e raised to minus half z square dz. Right? Now, if you observe the first integral, this is my first integral, this is second integral, and obvious this is the third integral. So, if you observe the first integral, what it is, see, the definition of standard normal. So, PDF of standard normal is 1 divided by root 2 pi e raised to minus half z square, and the range of z is minus infinity to infinity, isn't it? That means the first integral is in this form, integration of phi z minus infinity to infinity dz, isn't it? So the answer for this integral is 1. And since it is mu square into integral, we get the answer for first integral as, we get this as mu square into 1. That means mu square. That is the answer for first integral. Now if you observe the second integral, for second integral, we need to check whether the integral is even function or odd function. That means this. So to check this, we have the rules as if f of z is equal to minus f of minus z, then the integral is odd function. And if it is odd function, see, the integral is odd function, and if it is odd function, the answer of integral is 0. And if f of z is equal to f of minus z, if both the values are equal, then the integral is even function, and the integral can be solved as integral is, we transform our integral as 0 to infinity 2 times f of z dz in this manner. Okay, so let me check my integral. Okay, so to check the integral, first of all, over here, if we have the second integral, so second integral, so put the value of z as minus z. So if I put the value of z over here as minus z, then it becomes minus f of z, isn't it? So since it is minus f of z, my second integral is odd function. Second integral is odd function, and we get the answer for second integral as 0. Second integral as 0. Now observe the third integral. In the third integral, if I put f of z, f of minus z, then what we get? Minus z square. It is z square only. And e raised to minus half, it is over here also a z square term. So minus z square is again z square. So f of z is equal to f of minus z. That means second condition is satisfied. So my integral is even function, and over here our integral changes in this manner for third integral. Okay, so let me transform my third integral as, so my third integral over here is third integral. So what is my third integral now? Third integral, this is equal to what I get? I get the third integral as, see, sigma square. Then we have root 2 pi as it is. Then we have 2. Then 0 to infinity z square e raised to minus half z square dz. Okay, we have f of z as it is, and we can make the changes as 2 into 0 to infinity. So 2 into 0 to infinity. Okay, now we know that. What we know? We know one rule. So actually, you know, do you remember? So 0 to infinity e raised to minus ax square x raised to b minus 1 dx. This is equal to gamma b by 2 upon 2 into a raised to b by 2. Okay, fine. So let me have the values of a. So value of a is e raised to power minus x square coefficient. Okay, so e raised to minus z square coefficient. What is coefficient? It is half. So a is equal to half over here. And what about b minus 1? So equate the power of raised to power of x and z. So raised to power of x is b minus 1 and raised to power of z is 2, and hence we get b is equal to 2 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, fine. So the third integral becomes, the constant terms are as it is. Okay, so 1 divided by root 2 pi sigma square into 2. This term is as it is. Now the answer for integral is, it is gamma b by 2. So gamma b by 2 means gamma 3 by 2 upon what we have, 2 as it is. Then a raised to b by 2. So a raised to b by 2 means half raised to 3 by 2. So half raised to 3 by 2. Fine. Okay, now, so simplify the terms. So we can simplify the terms as, see, these 2 get cancelled. Fine. So what we have now? 2 raised to power 3 by 2. And gamma can be solved as, see, gamma n can be written as n minus 1 gamma n minus 1. So I can write this gamma term in this manner. Okay. So my third integral becomes sigma square divided by root 2 pi. It is gamma n minus 1. So that means 3 by 2 minus 1 into gamma 3 by 2 minus 1. Fine. Then the half raised to 3 by 2, this comes in the numerator and it is 2 raised to 3 by 2. Fine. Okay, now what we have, see, this is equal to now sigma square root 2 pi as it is. Then 3 by 2 minus 1 is half. Then 3 by 2 minus 1 is gamma half. Then 2 raised to 3 by 2. Okay, over here, what we get, it is third integral becomes now. Third integral is, what we get, it is sigma square divided by root 2 pi as it is, and in the numerator what we get, half, then gamma half, then what we have, 2 raised to power 3 by 2. Okay, fine. So we know that, what you know, gamma half is equal to, it is root pi. Okay, gamma half is root pi. Okay, so let me replace the value as. So this third integral becomes now sigma square, then root 2 pi as it is. Then we have gamma half as root pi, and we can equate this 2 raised to power. So what is 2 raised to 3 by 2 minus 1? Okay, so what we get, root sigma square, then root pi get cancelled. We have root 2 only, and 2 raised to 3 by 2 minus 1, it is half, isn't it? So root 2 get cancelled. So what we get over here, sigma square. So third integral becomes only the value is sigma square. Fine. Okay. Now, so that means my value of expectation of x square over here is, the answer for first integral is mu square. Fine. Plus answer for second integral is 0. And answer for third integral over here is sigma square. So that means expectation of x square is mu square plus sigma square. Okay. Now to find the variance of x, formula is expectation of x square minus expectation of x bracket square. So the expectation of x square is mu square plus sigma square, and minus expectation of x is mu. So mu square. So that means we get variance of x as sigma square. Okay. So in today's lecture, we have seen the definition of standard normal distribution and normal distribution. Then the mean and variance of normal distribution, which is mu and sigma square respectively. Thank you.